And now I'd like to invite my colleague Nelson to share with you the feature of the SIS advising system. Okay, Nelson, over to you.
Thank you. Now, I will start from here. I will spend, say, 5 to 10 minutes going something a little bit more technical with you. I will do a real demonstration on how this advising system may help your work. We maintain the system, we create the system because we think it might be a useful tool for you. So I'll start the demonstration. I'll share my screen with you. Okay, now everything starts with the portal, the Hong Kong U portal. Now, so where you can find the system? You go to the Hong Kong U portal, and then on your left-hand side, there's a menu called SIS. So you click on it. And then up at the top, there is another menu called View UG Advices. And then you click on it, and then it will directly point you to this to the system, to the advising system, the SIS advising system. Now, this is what it looks like. Here, a table showing all the advices. Now, depending on the number of advices you have, if say, for example, you have, I don't know, 5 advices assigned to you in a year, then 4 years from now, and then you will got 20. We'll list out all these advices by default is according to the years of study. So basically, year 1 student on top, and then you move on, you see students that is more senior years. Now, starting from the whole process, say for example, at the beginning of the semester, when you first start this journey, and then you may just want to say hi to the students, introduce yourself, and then maybe invite them for a meeting, or you invite them to contact you if they have questions. So what you need to do, or what you can do, is that you can just send an email to them, and this system actually helps you do that. You just click on the students that you want to email them, and then there's a button here called Email Advices, and click on it, and then you can type whatever you want to say in your email, and then send. Just click a button, and then you'll send the email to these students. You can either send a email to one single advices, or you can send mass email to all of them. Okay, so let me move out. Go back to the advisory roster. Now, after that, say for example, one of them actually approach you, and like Matt just mentioned, want to meet with you and then discuss his or her problems. Before the meeting, you will want to get some background information of the student, at least know something about the student before you meet them. I think it will help, right? So you can just click on the name of the student here, and then it will direct you to a academic information summary of the student. Now, in this summary, the essential information of the student is there, including the programs, what program the student are studying, the major, the minor that the student have already declared in the system, his or her public examination result in the past, so that maybe you know a little bit about his or her background, whether he or she is suitable to study a particular major or minor, etc. Of course, the let me scroll down, the current course selection of the student, and if the student, say for example, is in the 2nd semester or year 2 or year 3, his or her past course grade, GPA, basically all information are there, so that you get better prepared. You get prepared for the meeting. Now, after you meet with the student, what's next is that we think it might be helpful for you to just give yourselves drop a note, reminding yourself that, okay, you have already met with the student. Because the student may come back to you again, say for example, the 2nd semester, or maybe in next year, he or she may come back to you, and then you want to remind yourself that, okay, I have met with that student before. The simplest way to do that is that just click a button. Say for example, this student Chen Junho, and then you say, okay, I met with this student in semester 1. I want to just make a look, to remind yourself. Click on the name of student, and then there's a button here called Advised in semester 1, and then click on it. And then there's a note here, advised in semester 1 in 2021 to 2022. So next time you go back to this table and then you immediately know that, okay, I have met with this student, I haven't met with that student. Just enough to remind yourself. Or maybe you want to drop some notes, make a record, a little bit more detailed records about what you have discussed with the students. And for that, you can click the name of the student again, and then there's an add comments button here. Now, here's a simple template for you to drop down what you have discussed with the student. Now, of course, the day is whatever days you have, the meeting type, whether you discuss with student in group, on one-to-one meeting, or maybe just via phone or Zoom or wherever, just remind yourself. Now, here we have a little bit, some common issues that you list out. So for example, you have discussed with student about major minor, and so you can just click major minor and that's it. Or maybe you want to drop a little bit more notes about this thing. So, okay, discuss students interest in minor in Korea, say for example. You just want to remind yourself about that. And then when you click save, the record is there. So next time you come back, or next time you still approach you via email or maybe request a meeting with you, you immediately know what have been discussed before. Now, these comments, you can keep it to yourself. Now, here we have two options here. So you can say whether you want to share this comment with the advisees, with the students. If you click yes, the student will receive a notification saying that, okay, you have written something about him. You can click no, and then this comment is kept to yourself. Now, some advisors may find it useful to click yes here because he or she may want to say, for example, just like what Matt said, okay, I have already reminded student that okay, this one cannot be approved. This one is not possible. And then you want to make sure that the student receive the message. So you can click yes, and then the student can read what you write here. But say, for example, you just want to keep note private and you click no. You can also, there's a point here for you to choose whether you want to share this comment with other advisors of the student. Now, say, for example, a student studying double degree program, he or she may have two advisors from different faculties. And then if you want to choose to share the comments with another advisor, you can do that. Or maybe you can. So it's up to you. So say, for example, here I choose no, and then I click save, and then the comment is added, and then the comment is here. Advising comment in this column, when you click view, and then you can see what you have written before. Okay, so that's another way for you to have to work. Matt just mentioned about GPA, and so here we have a column showing the GPA of all your advisees. I probably would suggest you say, for example, after the result announcement of each semester, say, for example, in the second semester, the beginning of second semester, maybe you can just go there, take a quick look and see whether all your advisees are in good orders. If all of them have okay GPA, then that's fine. If you see, okay, one particular student have a GPA of, I don't know, 1 point something, maybe you may want to proactively approach a student and see whether he or she need help. There's another column here for the degree audit. When you click on it, it will actually direct you to the degree audit report of the student. Now, the degree audit is a tool we develop, the Hong Kong U acquire to help students to track their progress. But say, for example, if a student comes to you, especially final year student, I think this report is also a good tool for you to discuss with the student whether he or she is in good order. Now, basically, this report shows all the requirements that the students have to meet according to his or her programs and his or her major and minor. And then it will actually match all the courses complete by the student against the requirements that he or she has to follow. And then you will see whether he or she is in good progress. Now, finally, what I want to mention is this triangular warning sign. Now, sometimes you will see this sign besides the name of the student. It actually means that the student has a failed courses at the last semester. So again, it's a way to alert you that okay, maybe one of your advisees is in trouble. So maybe if you at the beginning of the semester, go to this table, see this sign, a triangular size, and then you may want to, as I mentioned, right, click the name, and then you'll see what happens to the students. And then maybe you can just approach the students, send an email and say, okay, if you need help, come to something like that. Okay. Now the no response button that have just described by Rachel is here. If you have approached a student and then several times, and then the student did not respond to you, you can just again click the name of the student and then click no response here, and a note will be dropped saying that the student did not respond to your invitation. And we in the AO office will receive a notification from the system. And we of course, as Mac just mentioned, this is university, so we will not force the student to come to see you, but we will approach the student while, say, for example, WhatsApp, and then to remind the student that, okay, if you need help, you can contact your advisors, because the advisor is there to help to remind the student the importance of academic advisors. But of course, it's free for them to choose. So if they choose to ignore it, it will be fine. But we will help reminding the student about these things. So basically, this is the system that we hope will be helpful to you. Rachel just mentioned about the Moodle Forum. So I have here. Now this forum is a resources that we piloted last year, and this year I think we see increasing use by the student of this forum. It's just like whatever internet common internet forums student is using, except that of course it is run by our office. It's talk about study related issues, but the whole mechanism is the same. Student can approach it while Moodle, and then they can make whatever poses problems they have in mind, and then we have lined up with, I think, several hundred student advisors on this forum. So when they see a student make a post, they will respond to the students. So I guess I think it's a good way for students, or easy way for students to get connect with the student advising communities here. Finally, before I leave, I will also show you our guidebook. We developed recently, we published the latest version of Advisor Guide, and I think we have sent in hard copy to all of you, but we also have a soft copy in our website. So you just go to our website, ao.hku.hk, and then on the top menu, Academic Advisors on the right-hand side, okay, there's a reference guidebook for FAAs, for faculty advisors, and then you click on it, and then the e-version is here. So if you want to have some quick reference to help your work, you can just take a look at this e-version whenever you need. That's all about my part about these resources and things like that. I think, by the way, I think I will show you the our phone number, how to contact us. This is it. So basically, if you want to contact us, we can be reached by phone, by WhatsApp, by email, etc. Now, this one, the middle one, the WhatsApp number, I think we have the WhatsApp advisor service, and I think it's heavily used by students. I think it's quite popular. I guess nowadays, this new generation of students like WhatsApp instead of email, things like that. So we receive quite a lot of WhatsApp inquiries. It's for the students, it's also for you. So if you want to contact us, we are welcome to contact us by email or by WhatsApp, or just phone us. It's fine. Okay, that's the end of my part. I'll pass back to Rachel.
Okay, thank you very much, Nelson. This is a very useful demonstration. And okay, so colleagues, again, thank you for your time this morning under the typhoon signal number 8. So as you can see from in the chat box, there is a evaluation form. Okay, so actually we'd like to get some feedback as usual to our workshop so that we can improve on them later on. So we would appreciate you to spend 1 minute and give us some feedback. And of course, if you have any questions going forward, no matter it's related to the content of our workshop and all the tools that we showed today, or you have other questions that's related to your advising experience, feel free to contact us through email, or you can maybe have a discussion with me later on as you feel appropriate. Now, we also have the evaluation form, the QR code here, so you can scan them and then give us some feedback. Okay, so thank you very much. It's lovely to see you all, and I hope that you can have a nice, although a little bit wet day outside. So stay safe and warm and dry. Okay, so happy advising, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future.